Hello and welcome back everyone. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. In today's story, OP says, wife wanted to be with her ex-boss but didn't work out the way she expected, and now she wants our relationship to work. About a month ago, my wife crossed the line by spending the night with her ex-boss. He left the company the week before. We were both supposed to go to a party downtown that night and spend the night at a nearby hotel. Our babysitter became unavailable and I needed to stay at home with our kiddo who is 5 years old. She decided that she would go alone and stay the night without me. Before she left for work that morning, I told her how uncomfortable I was with that. Normally I wouldn't have cared. My spidey senses were tingling because of weirdness over the previous few days. She told me there was nothing to worry about, and that was that. I woke up around 2:15 a.m. and a knot in the pit of my stomach. She recently turned off her phone location service. Should have been a red flag, but I did not actually think much of it. I decided to check it anyway. She turned it back on, and I could see she was at an apartment complex nowhere near the party location. She was there until 9 a.m. I confronted her when she got home, and after some half-hearted lies, she stopped denying it. It was the first time. Might have been some planning or something earlier in the week, I will never know, though it wasn't a drunken moment of weakness. She was thinking about it and planning for a couple of weeks. She knew what she was doing, and obviously she didn't care what it did to the family. Our marriage had its ups and downs, and I've not always been the greatest husband. I have never been unfaithful though, and I loved her dearly. Whatever issues we had, I think we could have worked through it. From what I can piece together, I think she was looking for a quick escape from the husband and child that she felt were stifling her. It was a chance to have a different, more exciting life. Turns out her ex-boss was really looking for something on the side. He put her into a cab, still in her evening gown, and made her make the 9 a.m. walk of shame back at her hotel by herself. After she finally admitted, she told me that it had been a mistake and she wanted to stay with me. There is a chance that her ex-boss would try to hire her at the new company he works for. She is really good at her job, and I suspect his motivations would be more of that she would help him look good rather than keeping her as the side piece. She is really not his type. I told her there is no way that it could happen. She couldn't be with me and work for the man she broken her vows with. I told her that she needed to call her ex-boss and tell him that they could never speak again, and I needed to hear her say the words to him. She resisted this fairly strongly. The new job, if it were to materialize, would be an important career boost for her. Turning it down would be a big sacrifice, so I understood some of the hesitation. She asked me for a day or two to think it through. She went over to her mother's house for a couple of hours, and when she came back, she told me that she decided to make the call and give up the career opportunity. What she did not know was that because I get the phone bills, I have access to her call records. I could see that she had talked to her ex-boss for an hour while she was going to her mother's. I did not mention that I knew this and had her call her ex-boss. She told him that it had been a huge mistake and that they needed to cut off all communications. He said that he understood and would honor her wishes. Pretty much exactly what I wanted to hear. Later, I asked her if she talked to her ex-boss before, since he put her in a cab back to her hotel. She said she hadn't. I pressed her on this, and she said, if you want the truth, yes, I sent him a text just to see how he was recovering from the party. I told her that I knew that this was a lie, and I knew that she talked to him before coming home from her mother's. I pressed her on what the hour-long call was about. She told me it was to talk about what she was going to call him about later with me, the breakup call. I realized, of course, that this made the whole breakup call a pile of nonsense. I told her that I thought she called him to see if there's any chance of a relationship. She denied and denied, but could not otherwise explain what the hell they were talking about for so long. Finally, she let it slip that he said, you need to try and make it work with your husband. If not, then we will see. So, my instincts were right. she had to think about whether to turn down the possible career opportunity because she had to figure out what her options were. If she could have the job and the fellow she was infatuated with, that would be her preference. Failing that, she decided she'd rather lose the job and be with her family than being alone and maybe or maybe not get the job. For what it's worth, I eventually told her to accept the job if they offered it. I don't think he will offer the job though. Once he got what he wanted from her, it is too much career risk from the drama and fallout. That was all about a month ago. Since then, she's been the model wife. We are going to counseling. She has done everything I have asked. She's put up with my various late night discussions. She doesn't complain when I don't let her sleep in our bedroom, and she's not made it about her. She clearly wants things to work now, and I believe her when she says that she wants to be with me. At the same time though, I'm still having difficulties just with the physical side of it with her ex-boss, and I'm having a lot of trouble with being plan B. Part of it is my bruised ego, but a very large part is a concern that she wants our relationship now, but what happens in the future? I feel that she accepted her life and is now gung-ho about making the best of it. What happens down the road though? So the question in front of me now is, what to do? For the last month, I've been bouncing all over between just digging in and fixing things to thinking about asking her to leave. For what it's worth, if she leaves, the kiddo almost certainly stay with me. My work gives me time and ability to be a stay-at-home dad, which is a role I enjoy. My inclination as a father is that I probably have to stay and make it work. Kids do the best with mommy and daddy who love and respect each other. If there is even a remote chance of that happening for the long term, I don't think I can deny my son that chance. I'm hoping but not convinced that time will dull some of the raw emotions. That's all OP has to say at this time. What I think is, since both of them are giving this a good try, I think there is a genuine possibility that the marriage could emerge from this, forgetting all the recent bad memories. I believe the wife is making an honest effort to save the marriage, especially since you both have a little youngster together. I think they should use this opportunity to be honest with each other about every side of the relationship. They should finally get everything out in the open on both sides and fix the marriage. Nothing should be off the table. Now let's see what the community has to say about OP's situation. Wood Guy 2012 says, "You are now plan B. Sorry if that's bad, but I don't see how it's not so. People who are using plan B will always look for a new plan A, and B never gets promoted to top billing. The events of your story mirror mine very closely. Model wife immediately after the truth came out, counseling going well, a real sense of hope until she finds a new plan A. Get out now with some dignity. Your child will ultimately be okay. Right now, kid knows something is wrong, no matter how well you think you two are covering it up. They are smarter than you think and a lot more resilient. They will adapt if you are in a good headspace. Be on the right path, get out with your dignity. I did not and still working on getting it back 100%. Don't be like me and think almost daily about ending it all. Good luck to you." Jacques Sautin says, "Another thing about kids that they are very adaptable. As an adult, you can think possible opportunities missed that a child with a perfect family would have. Children need stability and loving parents. If they cohabitate, it is secondary. My parents decided to do the whole stay together for the children routine. They were just roommates taking care of the kids with a facade of marriage. We could see right through that they had a loveless marriage. I cannot remember my parents kissing or tell each other that they love each other, which has affected my ability to form a relationship because I never had a healthy relationship model at home. Sometimes I think stay together for the kids is more about staying together for the neighbor, friends and family. Do you think your son would benefit more from watching you resent his mother for reasons that he is not aware?" OP's reply, "A long-term loveless cohabitation isn't one of the options. We either have a good marriage going forward or we split up. Because, exactly as you note, my son must see his father in a healthy relationship with a woman if he has any hope of forming one for himself. Bitbucket87 says, I bet the long phone call is to set up an alternative means of communication, a secret phone, a secret email account, or something of that nature. She is in good behavior to put you off your guard. You said her ex-boss was looking for something on the side. Does that mean he is married or has an SO? If so, she deserves to know the truth about what he's done so she can protect herself. OP's reply, very unlikely she's still seen her boss. He's a player. He dates models in their early 20s. My wife is very attractive, but she is 38 and now comes with family drama. I think he did it because she is probably the smartest person he ever met. I think that made her unusual and he wanted the attractive nerd girl to add to his list of conquests. Ajireta says, wow, the man she wanted to be with sent her back to you after she tried to leave you for him and you're still together even after knowing this. That is some serious tenacity you have. Hopefully she is as committed as you are. OP's reply, if it was just me, it would be easier to boot her to the corner. But it is not just me. There is an innocent 5-year-old. If there is a chance his parents can regain a healthy and loving relationship, I'm not sure I have the right to be selfish. End of the story. Please like, comment and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.